First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. I was reading a couple of scriptures, and I wanted to go into the wisdom of Solomon, how Esau, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, he operates off of borrowed time. I want to get that definition of borrowed time here in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. It says, an uncertain and usually uncontrolled postponement of something inevitable. Okay? And so Esau's existence is postponed. His rulership here and his kingdom here has been stretched out to the max. Okay? And after this, there's no more room. There will be no more time for him to rule again. All right. And so his time is set. All right. And so you can see that in the definition. It says uncontrolled. Okay. Uncertain and uncontrolled postponement of something inevitable. What is that thing that's inevitable? His destruction, man. Okay. And he's trying to borrow as much time as possible, but the Most High is only allowing him to borrow so much. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get this scripture. As a matter of fact, just to kind of set the tone, let me go ahead and get this first in Revelation chapter 12. Okay. All right, this is the book of Revelation chapter 12, verse 11. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. That's talking about the elect overcame Satan. Okay. So it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Why the heavens are going to rejoice? Because the angels that dwell in heaven are on our side. They're rooting for us. They're rooting for the elect. Lord willing, we're those men. You know, the angels are rooting for us. Okay. And when they see Babylon be destroyed, they're going to rejoice just like how we are going to rejoice. All right. Like I talks about in Revelation, the 18th chapter. Okay. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Right. So now we're going back to the physical world. The inhabitants of the earth and of the sea are these basically everybody who lives on the earth. Right. Everyone who is of the earth. OK, these 2/3. These are the nations. Of course, Esau, the so-called white man. OK. Woe and destruction is going to come to the inhabitants of the earth. And the only reason destruction isn't going to come unto the elect is because they're going to be delivered from the earth in that time. OK, it says, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Now the devil, the so-called white man, is come to punish the inhabitants of the earth. OK, and so the Most High is using Esau to be a punisher to specifically our people, but also the entire, basically the entire world, man. He's the cancer of the earth. OK, and so he's having great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. OK, his blessing is carnal. So it's temporal. It's temporary. It's not permanent. OK, so let's go start off with Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. It says, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. Now Esau's mindset is that you only live once. When you die, it's over with. That's why he lives so lavishly, as it's going to go into. Okay. It says, verse 2, for we are born all at adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart. So he's saying, well, we're just kind of born randomly. You know, it wasn't anything that particularly made us. We're just here per adventure, you know, by chance. That's Esau's mindset. That's the wicked's mindset, the ungodly. That's the mindset of the ungodly. And for the breath in our nostrils is as smoke and a little spark in the moving of our heart. He's saying, well, we're just here for just a quick second, and that's true. Our lives here are basically as the wind. Okay, they come and go. Okay, but that doesn't mean do wickedness in that short amount of time. You see, that's how you can tell the devil from a man that fears the Most High. In the time that's allotted him, he does wickedness. Verse 3, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun and overcome with the heat thereof. So basically they're saying, again, their life is going to be passed away as something vain. Okay, and to an extent that is true. Our lives here are nothing really to remember, because when we pass away, we can't take anything to the spirit world aside from our spirits. So that's correct. But their mentality of what to do while they're down here is off, man. It's wicked. Okay, because they take that and they say, well, they use that as an excuse to do wickedness. You see, I want to get this precept here, and then we can go back. You see here, it's in James chapter 1. Okay, this is James chapter 1, verse 9. It says, let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted, but the rich in that he is made low, because the flower of the grass he shall pass away. Because as the flower of the grass he shall pass away. Now, we sometimes can be uncomfortable being the fact that we don't have any possessions here, any riches, any lands, any rulership, any authority, any dominion over the elements. We're just here asking how Bashim Yahshai to basically deliver us from this pathetic state that we're in. Okay, but we rejoice, okay, in the fact that we hope for that. Okay, we hope to be exalted in righteousness. And we also rejoice that Esau, the so-called white man, is going to be made low because he's rich in this world. Okay, he's the rich man. He's resemblant. He is the resemblance of the rich man in the parable of the rich man and the poor man Lazarus. Okay, and so he, as the flower of the grass, shall pass away. Okay, and so in partiality, his mentality is correct. He understands the part that he's going to fade away. He doesn't understand that he's going to come back in the reincarnation and that he's going to be punished for his works. He just thinks, oh well, I'm here one time only, by chance. I'm just going to be the devil. That's the mindset of the so-called white man. Verse 11, it says, for the sun is no sooner risen with burning heat, but it withereth the grass, and the flower thereof falleth, and the grace of the fashion of it perisheth. So also shall the rich man fade away in his ways. Okay, so we know if you look at a flower, it looks beautiful when it first blossoms. It's really pretty, it's full of life. And then once the sun really gets on it and starts baking it, then it withereth, then it falleth, then it falls off its the thing that holds it up. Okay, and the grace of it perishes. Okay, and so that's what Esau's kingdom is coming to. Okay, it's withering away. It's crumbling away from within itself. Okay, going back to that definition, Esau is on an uncertain and uncontrolled postponement of something inevitable. Okay, he's trying to preserve that flower with wax. He's trying to preserve it by freezing it, by putting chemtrails in the sky to prevent the sun from withering it away. Okay, but it's perishing, man. Esau's economy, Esau's power, okay, the strength of his lies, all of that is on borrowed time. Okay, so going back here to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, continuing in verse 5. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning. For it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Now they think that after their pass away, that there's no returning, there's no coming back, there's no reincarnation, which is an erroneous way of thinking, because the Most High, who is the Father of spirits, is going to punish you according to your iniquities, even if you don't suffer for your iniquities in that particular lifetime that you committed that trespass in. When you come back in the reincarnation, that's when you're going to feel that punishment. And that's what Esau, the so-called white man, prays and hopes. He prays to Satan, hoping that that's not true. Okay, because if that's true, then he's going to receive a retribution. Okay, we're going to receive. As a matter of fact, let me get that word, retribution. I might be spelling it wrong. There we go. Retribution. Satan. Okay. Recompense. Reward. The dispensing or receiving of reward or punishment, especially in the hereafter. Okay. Something given or exacted. Recompense, especially punishment. So Esau, he's going to receive retribution, and we're going to receive retribution, because we're going to receive reward. Okay, Lord willing, with those men, and Esau's going to receive a punishment. He's going to get he's going to receive a punishment. So, in the hereafter, okay, in the reincarnation, okay. So yeah, his mindset is off, man. Okay, verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Okay, and that's that ancient Roman mindset of just living it up. You know, you got about a good 10 years between 18 and 28 before you catch some type of STD or some type of ailment from eating all that BS, you know, or doing all of these wicked, lewd acts, to where you can really enjoy life. And after that, it's over. No, man, you know. Now, like I said, we're in the flesh. So Esau, yeah, that's basically going to be his best bet, living it up. You know, like how it says in Lamentations chapter 4, I believe it is. You see, Lamentation chapter 4, it talks about rejoice, O Edom. Let me see. Let me just type it in here. I believe it might be the 3rd chapter. Let me see. Rejoice, O Edom. Satan, man. Okay, there it is. Lamentation chapter 4 and 21. It says, Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt make thyself drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. Okay, so basically, man, you know, Esau, the so-called white man, he is rejoicing right now. He is glad. Okay, but that cup of affliction and punishment is going to pass unto him. Okay, and he's going to be drunken, and his skirt's going to be lifted up, and we're seeing that right now. Okay, these other nations are calling America out. You know what I'm saying? For their stupidity, you know, in their geopolitical decisions. Okay, Trump, man, he's going to lead these nations to war. Okay, so let's go back here to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and verse 8. It says, Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion, and our lot is this. Okay. And so Esau, he's living in the what's the word I'm looking for? In the deliciousness of this place, man. He's rolling around in the iniquity of America, man. Okay, and he's loving it. He's like a pig rolling around in the mud. Okay, but he loves it. This is his favorite thing to do. Just be a demon, you know. And let me see here. I'll get this scripture in Isaiah. I got a precept. Isaiah chapter 40. Let me see here. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 40, verse 6. It says, "The voice said, 'Cry.' And he said, 'What shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all the goodliness thereof is as the flower of the field. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, because the spirit of Yahweh bloweth upon it. Surely the people is grass. The grass withereth, the flower fadeth, but the word of our power shall stand forever.'" Okay, now that's going into, well, it basically broke itself down in verse 7. Surely the people is grass. Now they're gonna wither and they're gonna fade away, but the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai are gonna stand forever, man. And part of his word, part of his promise to the elect of the nation of Israel first, okay, and then trickling on down to the entire nation in the kingdom, man, is that immortality, man. Okay. Being freed from sin. Okay. Matter of fact, let me get that in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1. It says that, Wisdom of Solomon 1:15. It says, "For righteousness is immortal." Okay. It's short and sweet. But when we're in a righteous state, man, we're going to be immortal. Okay. All right. But Esau, man, he's mortal because he's unrighteous. All right. Let me see here. So I'm going to read a little bit more. It says in verse Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and 10. It says in verse 10, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Okay. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Okay, but their justice is wickedness. They think that their judicial system is actual true justice, man. Just because they put they have the defendant and the plaintiff put their hand on the Bible that they're going to tell the truth, nothing but the truth and the whole truth. But they don't even live according to the Bible, man. Their laws aren't according to the Bible. Okay, because they're the heathen. They can't keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. It says that that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. So they see the small things as basically worthless, you know. Which is in reality, man, the Most High takes pleasure in the underdogs, which is the nation of Israel. They don't, but the wicked, they don't esteem us as worth anything. All right, and it basically continues going into how our people, man, are looked at as the scum of the earth by the so-called white man. But in reality, man, the Most High is going to destroy the so-called white man for his wickedness, man. All right, I'm gonna jump down to verse 19. Okay, it says, "Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience." Okay, that's going into Esau's mindset towards our people. Esau wants to examine us, man, with torture and despitefulness, man. Okay, and we've seen plenty of examples of that throughout history. Okay, and also today we have organ harvesting. You got these kids being kidnapped. Okay, and the organs are being harvested, or they're used for prostitution or pedophile rings. Okay, there's a deep, dark energy that's going on the planet Earth that's being pushed by the so-called white man because of his examining us with despitefulness and tortures, man. Okay, and that's ultimately what they're going to try to do to the elect, is torture us. Okay, they're going to try to examine us, dissect us, see what makes us tick. Okay, but the Most High is gonna get him back for all of that, man. Okay, and the reason why he's doing all this is because he knows that he's on borrowed time, man. He knows that he has but a short time to be the devil, so he's just doing what he got to do. Okay, Verse 20, let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying shall he be respected. Such things did they imagine and were deceived. Okay, here's the point. Such things did they imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness hath blinded them. Okay, so they imagined all this, but it's for naught, man, because it's all going to come to naught. Verse 22, as for the mysteries of the Most High, they knew them not. Why? Because the Most High showeth his secrets unto the servants, the prophets, all right, and not unto the wicked. Continuing in verse 22, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. For the Most High created man to be immortal, and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. All right. And Esau, the so-called white man, he has but a short time here, man, because he erroneously thinks that his mindset is the correct way to go about things, man. OK, but the mysteries of the Most High weren't revealed unto him. OK, and they didn't consider the wages of righteousness. So as they torture us, as they beat us down, as they try to destroy us, guess what, man? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is watching all that, and he's going to recompense Esau according to his works. All right, because he created the man on the earth, man. When Adam was on the earth, he wasn't made to die. He wasn't created to die. He was created to be immortal, man. Okay, but Esau, the so-called the spirit of the so-called white man, okay, entered into the world and basically corrupted that righteous seed, man. Okay, and now we're in this flesh and we die. Okay, but we hope to be basically redeemed. Okay, by the blood of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to be righteous again, man. Have those law, statutes, and commandments written in our hearts. All right, so we're calling out Esau, the so-called white man, the devil the Bible speaks of, for his borrowed time. Okay, because we know that he has borrowed time. All right, it's uncertain and it's seemingly postponed. Okay, but that inevitable destruction, man, is coming. It's coming shortly. So hey, Abaratazah, this was an edifying lesson. With that, I'm gonna give all honors, praises, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel.